so earth, and I will moon and take you traveling the world. But I can love you, yeah, I'm gonna love you. I'll give you all of what I've got, the fancy finds, baby, I have not. Just gonna love you, yeah, I'm gonna love you. I'm gonna love you, baby, cross my heart and hope to die. Golden trinkets, mobile phone, expensive shoes, you can get your own. Just gonna love you, yeah, I'm gonna love you. Just gonna love you, yeah, I'm gonna love you. I'm gonna love you, babe, cross my heart and hope to die.
Oh, Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Friday Night Live and welcome to March 2024. It is already here, but the good news is, at least for us in West Central Wisconsin, it's coming in not like a lion. We had one day this week where it was pretty cold, but now things are looking good weather-wise. So, let's kick things off, get this Friday Night Live going, get the weekend going. Glad you're all here. Glad you're tuning in. Welcome to the new people. Cheers. Who do we all have in here? I see Mr. WD30 is here, and we're going to have some words with you a little bit later on, WD30, after what I witnessed on another Woodhound's channel just about an hour ago. I tell you what, man, oh man. Anyway, Timon, how are you doing? Logger Jason, good evening. Outside with mom and the boys. Rogala, how are you? Ron Brooks, how are you doing? Hope your recovery is still going good. Everything is doing all right. There's Jeremiah outdoors in the 608. And for those of you who didn't see on his channel, he not only has a new toy in the Woodyard, but he also made a little stop somewhere in one of his shorts. Well, he wasn't wearing shorts, one of his short videos. Not in his shorts, but in a short video on his channel. Oh my, oh my. Bill Irwin, how are you doing? How is everything? Hope everything is well for you as well. Yeah, WD30. I'm telling you, I was left speechless, left without words after hearing and seeing Mr. Woodruff Woods. I tell you. Tim and Old Saws, good evening. Marlon, how are you? Larry and Robin, welcome. Glad to see you all here once again. It has been a busy, busy week. I was almost up until about 5 minutes before starting. I was debating whether or not I should just sit down for this live stream at my desk here, because normally I'm standing, but I am tired. And I don't know, it's just been a long week. And I think it was that extra day in the month of February. That's what did it. Wore me down, wore me out. The Adirondack Woodsman is here. Richard, John, over on Facebook watching. Good evening. Chandler Firewood, the Firewood fella. And for those, okay, here we go. James, our good friends, James Baton up there in Canada. You thought leveritis was bad. Imagine trying to start a husky all the time. Exactly. Who did I mentioned that to somebody who was asking me how my shoulder was doing, and I said that it was pretty sore, but not nearly as sore as having to start a husky. And if you're new here, if you have a question for if you have a question like neighbor Doug here, did she roll it over to the new spot yet? I think you're referring to the shed or the little wood shelter, and not yet. That is maybe a weekend project for tomorrow. I'm not sure yet. I have a few other things going on, and now some plans changed around to where what I thought I was going to be doing on the 11th of March, I'm now going to be doing on the 4th of March, which is Monday. So I got to get some stuff ready Back in the woodyard, nothing too major, but I'm gonna try to move the little wood shelter, and I guess I am gonna go with my original plan of mounting some braces across probably 3/4 of the way up, and then just using the forks to lift it up instead of dragging it. So my whole little idea that I had, spur of the moment, impromptu, thinking out loud moment about just dragging it over, probably not going to do that. But we'll see. I might try to go to pick that thing up, and it might not happen. And then I was thinking, if it's too high and I can't get the lift, then I might like put a couple pallets on the forks to gain me like a couple feet. And I don't know. Mark, well, it would be nice to have someone kind of like a spotter to tell me if my forks are, lifting it level or if they're a little tipped. But she is going to be working all weekend, so she will not be around during the day. So I'm going to have to try to either. So that's why I might wait until I have another set of eyes, just because I am not the best at knowing when my forks are completely level. And so I don't know. That's why I might just wait until I have, like I said, an extra set of eyes just to make sure that, to make sure I don't lift that thing up and tip it right over back on the tractor. Blue Ridge Firewood. The coyote was actually from down on the farm. So not from up here. Outside with mom and the boys. What if it's still frozen to the ground? It's actually on blocks. I have it on cement blocks, so it's off the ground. It's not. It's not sitting on the ground. It's not frozen to the ground. So I do have it on blocks. And frickin' Jeep. John, good evening. Yes. See, this is the problem. Yeah. Nothing is ever level with uh, me, with the forks, with anything. Even those shelters or the little wood sheds I already built. Yeah. Nothing. Uh, Robert, good evening. Well, see, that was my plan, is if I get it moved, and then she can just then stack it full. So that's kind of my plan, is to get over it. And the reason, I don't know, I don't think I said this in the video, but the reason I want to move it is, well, one of the reasons I need to move it regardless, because there's like 3 dead trees behind it that I want to take down. And so I want to get that thing moved out of there. And I figured, instead of moving it, just to move it out of the way and then put it right back where it was, I think it would add to that whole. I kind of want to build like a whole, almost like privacy wall of just stacked firewood. So I'll move this one over there. That'll give me 3. And then eventually that other big woodshed that I have next to the carport, I want to move that over there along that line. And then that'll make way for some future plans for next to the carport. All right. Now I'm falling behind on the comments. You know what? I think we had We did. We had a super chat from Paul Johnson. Thank you very much. I don't think the coin fell in the cup. Uh-oh. We might have cup malfunction. Thank you, Paul. Cheers. I don't know what's going on. Yeah, we didn't have the coin fall down. So maybe, like I said, we might have... Let me see here. Let me just reload this. Is this... I don't know. Maybe the coins don't want to fall tonight. Let me turn it on. It's just not... Interesting. We'll see if we got... Oh! All right. Ron, hello. From Illinois, Richie. Richie's Outdoors. Good evening. Around the Yard, Nebraska Woodster, Larry Cluck. Holy moly's. This is getting... We're getting quite the crew of woodhounds in here. Here is another coin that did not fall. Bill Irwin. Happy Friday, everyone. Thanks for all the messages and prayers. Melanie are doing fine and currently residing in a local hotel until our home is renovated. That's good to hear. And again, sorry to hear about that, but glad to hear that you're doing well and everything is working out. Oh, look at that. There comes the coin. What in the heck? Wild Bill made the coin come in. All right. Now let's get to where we are. Daniel Atkins, how are you doing, Jared? No more coins after last weekend. That was a good time. We got to get, like I said in the video on Sunday, Amanda's saying maybe once a month she might come up and join us, but she said it wouldn't be for as long. But I think we can make her stay a little bit longer, just like we did last Friday night. That was pretty fun. Bruce Miller. Good evening from New York. Boiling sap on my Forester wood stove to make my homemade maple syrup. It is that time of the year, isn't it? There is a lot of I've seen a lot of videos popping up with people boiling down their sap. Another coin just came down. Circle B coin test. Thank you very much. Cheers. What? Yes, neighbor Doug. That could have been, but we're back up and running. But I did not refuel the Wolf Ridge yet. And it was funny how it like ran out of fuel right at the right moment. There was 4 big chunks left, and you know how I am with rolling big rounds onto the splitter. That is that's something I don't do. So all right, did this coin come down? I see this message popping. WD-30. Love to Larry and Robbins, 592 Husky. WD-30. Thank you very much. Cheers. You've been all over the place the last week. All over the place, running Huskies. And now, well, I don't want to spoil what was said in Woodruff Woods' video, but I'm a little disappointed. I'll tell you, yeah, I could not believe what I was hearing. Could not believe it. Yes, and when the gas runs out at the end of the day, it's even better. That is what's really nice. Glowing firewood. Do you actually get to use all of the splitters that you have? Yes. Well, depending on what I'm. So that's kind of what I set aside the ugly stuff till I get a nice little pile built up, and then I split those with the Wolf Ridge. Any smaller logs I get in, you run through the Yappa, and then just pretty much everything else. The 37D eats away at it. Eats it away. I could switch out the wedge on the 37D, but it's kind of nice to give one arm a rest from pulling these levers to go to the other arm. But no, it's just like I said. It's just for me. I think breaking down knotty crotch, ugly wood, the single wedge is the way to go. Obi, are you going to any chainsaw carving competitions this year? I don't know if they are having that again up here. I know last year they had it, but I was where the heck was I? Oh, I was in Boonville last year. So yeah, if they have it and I'm around, I will probably go check it out. But I haven't heard yet if they are going to be doing that. And I actually haven't looked into it, so maybe I should look that up and see. When are you going to tell us what's new for the Woodyard? As soon as I have something new. I don't want to say anything till they're done deals. How do you know when to shut your boiler down for the year? I just depends on the temperatures outside. I usually run through the end of May, and then depending on how June starts out, I think it was last year I ran through the first week of June because it was kind of still cooling down at night. You know, it all depends on like the overnight lows. If it's getting into the 40s, 50s, then I keep it running. I did think about running it just all year, but I don't think I'm going to do that yet. Even if I did have, well, if I had a pool heater, then obviously I would probably run it all year. But I think running it in the summer would be tough just to not overload it and not just get it full of a bunch of charcoal. Old guy firewood. Good evening, Dick. How's it going? Jeff, are you coming to Boonville this year? I don't believe I am as of right now. But there might be, I don't know. I'm still figuring out a couple dates on some other stuff. So, but as of right now, I don't think I will be in Boonville. Tony Woods, I don't believe they do. I don't think they make chippers. They both, Metza and Easton Made both have disc cleaners, but they don't have anything that, they both have something to get the the fines and the chips out of your firewood, but they don't have anything to turn wood into chips. So no, I don't think they do. Be willing, have you ever done any cooking with the coals in your wood boiler? No, I have not. And I don't know if you saw that video with the creosote buildup. Yeah, I don't know. I just I know I've had comments, people telling me that I should do it, I should try it, I should, but number one, I don't have a grill, like a charcoal grill. I just have a gas grill. So yeah, I've not done that. Any chance you are going to the OWB? I will be at the OWB open house. Yes. What is that? May 18th, I think. Now I just had a complete I just have to, is it May 18th? Because I got all these dates that I'm thinking about now. But yeah, I believe it's May 18th. Yes. Whatever date it is, I'll be at the Ohio Woodburner open house. Oh my goodness. Wild Bill. That is that is not good. Well, hopefully it's going down somewhat good, somewhat easy. Good evening, Jim. Dean, outside of Michigan, how are you doing? May 18th. Yes, okay. Uh-oh. Goobs of outdoors and adventures. In a few weeks, me and Daniel Atkins are going axe throwing. Well, that should be. Make sure you get some footage of that. Logger Jason, making maple syrup is a great way to get rid of the trash from a box wedge. Yeah, I can believe that. I just don't have any. I don't have that many maple trees to tap. I cook baked potatoes in my boiler. See, that does not surprise me. I can see that. I can see you doing that. But I've not even considered it. What was this? Chopper? Are you going to the Mount Rainier Chop Fest on May 19th? No. That would be, I would be, to get there on May 19th, that would be tough. I'll be in Ohio. I did not even know there was such a thing. And what's the Virginia show? There's some show in Virginia, I think, the week after Ohio Woodburner. I don't know. I know there's some show in Virginia, but I had never heard of that one either. So I don't know. But there's definitely a lot going on, and it's already a busy summer lined up. My wife went axe throwing. She missed me. What's your favorite YouTuber to watch that doesn't have to do with wood? Gosh, I don't even know. I think what I watch the most is probably like either Pat McAfee, or I watch a couple channels that cover, well, what's the, just like wrestling stuff. But I don't actually watch very much YouTube. So it's I know that sounds kind of crazy, or it may sound crazy, but I tune in, and when I do watch YouTube, I usually don't watch YouTube to like just sit back and relax. I'm usually, if I'm watching something, I'm watching it and like studying what they're doing and seeing how it could relate to something that I could do. Or so it's always like I'm just weird in this. Even if I'm like, what the heck is making noise back there?
I was here probably 20 minutes.
You were.
Yeah.
Little boss man is in the house. Say hello to everyone.
Hi.
You gotta say louder.
Hi.
So I don't know if that makes sense. It's kind of like if you watch film of like, I don't know, when you're trying to critique something, you watch it with like a different mindset. So I don't usually watch much YouTube just to watch it. Almost, oh geez, I'm a little early to the bottom of the hour. A little early. Oh, and for those of you that were wondering, if you saw either the Facebook post or the community post on YouTube, we were at the Metropolis Water Park yesterday, and I asked you to guess what was in the cup, and I gave the hint of the drink that was in the cup was something I am and something, or no, how did I say that? I don't know. Anyway, it was an old fashioned. So for those of you that did see the post and made a guess, if anyone guessed old fashioned, that's what it was. I was kind of surprised they actually had adult beverages being served. I mean, it was $10. $10 for an old fashioned. Do you take Venmo at your wood stand? And if so, was it hard to get set up? Yes and no. So yes, I do take it, but I only take it from certain, like I don't have the QR code posted, but I have a couple customers that just know that I've given the Venmo to, that will pay when they come, and it's very easy to set up. Very easy. Pretty much just need like an email, and then if you do want to post like your QR code, like you can go to, I don't know if you have like UPS stores where they'll print it and laminate it for you, and then that way you can hang it on your stand, and you don't have to worry about the weather. Have you ever seen Anatoly? He's a prank weightlifter. I may have seen some shorts of him. Is he the guy that pretends to be like a trainer? Who will buy more gravel this year, Mike Morgan or Brad? Oh, yes, that is a great question. I saw that Brad is contemplating what to do in his woodyard. Yeah, so that was the interesting thing. They had these little like plastic dishes that were like sealed with like like the little like a fruit cup, like you peel the foil back on the top, so like there was a little cup, and the gal peeled the foil wrapper off, dumped that in this glass, put the glass under this machine, and then it like poured everything and mixed it all together. And I was thinking, oh, this is going to be interesting, because you know how like sometimes when you go and they have like the machine that measures everything out exactly, and but I was actually kind of surprised. It tasted very it was strong. But yeah, there was like this little, and I don't know if it's the fact that they couldn't have like bottles, or that having like the pre-measured booze in like a little individual packet like allowed the girl that was maybe she didn't have her liquor license or something, I don't know, or her bartender's license. I'm sure it was some way to work around being able to serve adult beverages. But I was I was like, this is going to be the biggest waste of money ever for this drink. Old guy firewood. Not a question, just a statement. I'm having a hard time watching all the firewood channels I like. It's become disturbing to me. Yep. Well, it's and like I said, and then when I do watch them, I'm always looking at like ways to do things different. But it's also yeah, it's just one of those, it's just the way I am. I'm always, when I watch a movie, I do the same thing. Like I'll like sit and think about where the camera was to get the shot, the angle, or like how things were put together. Because I'm always trying to like think about different things to do with my content. Oh, and look who's here. Where did he go? There he is. Mr. Woodruff Woods. Mr. Woodruff Woods had a special guest on his channel. And that special guest was also a guest on another channel, I believe, earlier in the week or last week. And they were talking a lot of trash. Yeah, Woodruff Woods. I'm not even gonna get into it. I'm just gonna we'll wait. Does anyone in the group make wood pellets from sawdust? Not that I know of. I have seen the machines that do it, and it's very interesting. I just don't know how big of a market there is for wood pellets around here. I know in other parts of the country, wood pellets are a pretty big thing. Daniel Atkins, he burns them. Um, Hang on here. I saw. How many full cords? I'm not exactly sure on the outdoor consumption, but on average, in the outdoor wood burner boiler, from October through May, usually the average is 10 to 12 full cords. So not 10 to 12 face cords, 10 to 12 full cords. And I think, I don't even know. The outdoor fire pit, not even a clue. It was, I mean, there's usually none of the wood that I burn in the fire pit is like ever stacked or measured. So it's hard to tell, but it's a lot. Because typically on Friday nights, even though if Shibe is in here or whoever, they'll probably say that I don't burn a very big fire. But after the live stream, like usually on Friday nights, we'll start the fire around probably 5 o'clock, and then we usually come in probably around 11 midnight. So we burn a lot of wood. A lot in the fire pit. Silver maple. My opinion on silver maple is that it is my favorite recreational firewood. I absolutely love it. Unless it's big, twisted, and knotty. But maple for me, I love it. It usually splits easy, it seasons quick, and it burns great. And by burning great, I mean it gives off great flame, doesn't burn up too quick. I just love it. I love the maple, silver maple. And usually that is what Rick is taking down quite a bit of. But for the last how many months, all I've been getting is oak. Like I have so much oak, I don't even know. And I don't typically like to put oak out during the summer because I don't think oak's a very good fire pit wood. So but I'm going to be mixing it in this year. There's going to be oak going into every bin, every bundle, every bag, everything. Hang on one second. Little boss man left the door open and he's got a movie playing downstairs and it's a little loud. I have a bunch of maple that is cut split stacked for 2 years plus, hisses like crazy. Huh, interesting. I have noticed that sometimes I've burned some maple that does the same thing. The foam coming out the end. But usually it doesn't usually it burns pretty good after that. I mean, it doesn't not burn. But the other thing about maple I like is that if you keep it out of the elements, like if you have it stacked under cover and it's got that nice white color, it just looks clean, just looks I think it looks great. Do you have a fireplace or a wood stove? I have an outdoor wood boiler or wood burner. Outdoor wood burner. Woodmaster 4400. I do not have a fireplace or a wood stove. Maybe if you fill your bags up with oak, they won't be so saggy. Oh. But see, the thing is that if your bags are a little saggy, they probably still have the same amount of wood as a wrapped bundle. So if you fill your bags to the point where they're plump full, then you're selling probably more wood than you should be. Or you're putting too much wood in. Which is one way with bags, because you can do two things with bags. Like you can do the same with bundles. But like everyone is always wondering like if you should raise your prices, but you could just keep your prices the same and not put as much wood in. So because for me, I think if I raise my price, if I filled my bags completely stuffed full and raised my prices, I think I would sell less than keeping the price the same. And maybe, filling up my 1 cubic foot cylinder for the Wolf Ridge bagger, and then after that adding another piece or two. That is one heck of a nice bag of firewood. What percentage of empty bags returned? I don't even know. I get some here and there. Every now and then I'll get like one, like somebody will bring back like 10 at a time. But I don't know. I would not even have a guess as to what the percent is. And I don't even know. I don't even know how many. So I used to get I would get a box of 100 bags, and then, I could tell, okay, it took this many weeks or this many months for that 100 bags, so I would know that during that amount of time I sold 100 bags. But then with the Wolf Ridge bagger, you get 100 bags with it, but they're not in a box. So I added those to my already half empty box, which I don't remember how many were in it. And then I got another box from somebody who switched back to wraps, who then gave me their bags. So I have all these bags in one big box. And so I don't know how many I've sold or how much. Once again, the answer is always not enough. I don't keep what the people do is they just bring the bags back and they put them in one of the slots, one of the bins on the backside. So they just kind of know to put it in the empty. Oh, and here comes the dang coin again. Something's going on with the... Around the yard, here we go. Switch to 0.9 cubic feet bags. Saved a few dollars per case. And they still fit over the easy bagger. Perfect. Richard Healy, how are you doing? It is definitely not... Well, it might be a medical condition, but... All right, so the coin we had come down was WD-30. He doesn't think I want to talk about it. I'm going to wait. I don't want to talk about it without everyone knowing and what I'm referencing. But thank you very much, WD-30. I still don't know if maybe you were just pull in Woodruff Wood's leg saying what you were going to do, but you're not actually going to do it. Because I was, I was a little shocked to hear the direction you were going. But hey, you can't go wrong either way, obviously. But I guess if you just want to be one of those guys, oh, yeah. Well, I keep track of how much I sell. I just don't keep track of how much of each. I just keep a total amount. So I don't track. Well, I do track it. I just don't have the numbers in front of me right now. So I do track when I make sales. I have a little spreadsheet and I mark whether it was a bundle or a bin. And then I have it all I have it set to where if I enter a bag, it adds $5 to the total at the bottom, and a bin is $20. And so I have a running formula that gives me a total of how much I've sold for the year. I just don't know what it is right now. And even if I did, I probably wouldn't share that information here. I probably wouldn't share that on a live stream or in a video. I don't know. That was one thing that we were always one of the many first rules that you were taught in wrestling is at the end of the night when you get your payout, when you get your payday, you get an envelope, and inside the envelope is a certain amount of cash, whatever you were agreed to get. But the number one rule was you never told anyone else what you were paid. So you never spoke of how much you got paid, or you never asked anyone else how much they got paid. And so that's why I never in my videos say how much this. I mean, you can see on my stand the $20 stacks and $5 bags, but I don't know. It's just the way I am. The amount of money is between the buyer and the seller and no one else. So, but I do keep track. I just don't know off the top of my head right now. Well, so the one thing I'd have learned is that when you do, file your taxes and you are a registered business, you are in business to make money, so you can only operate for so many years with a loss. At some point you do have to show that you made money. Do you give back 50 cents a bag? Well, the problem is I don't know. So I don't know who those people are. If I see them, I have on, I think maybe once or twice, I've actually seen the people bringing the bags back. So I did go out there and they were buying I don't know how many bundles, and I just threw in a couple for free and thanked them for the bags. But normally I will just find the bags in the stand. I don't have the interaction to know when somebody brings the bags back. If I did, then yeah, I would definitely work out some kind of deal, but I just never have. I'm usually not around to see who's bringing it back. And I do like when I do get the bags back, it's usually a whole bunch at a time. So I think the people are like saving them up, which is kind of nice. And they're usually all in pretty good shape. Oh, and the other thing, I don't know if I even mentioned this in the video or not. The other thing I've started to do is I've just like taken the drawstring and I've just made one loop through and pulled it tight, but I don't like tie it in a knot anymore. So I just kind of leave it kind of tied, but not fully in a knot. So that is when did I don't even remember when I made that change. But that helps when you do get the bags back that the drawstrings are not messed up. Because it doesn't do any good to get a bag back if you can't reuse it. And if the drawstring is busted or cut, it's pretty hard to reuse it. It's pretty hard to. It's like you may as well not even have given it back. Carnus DIY. Good night. Have a great weekend. What was I just saw the you betcha. Oh, you betcha. Minnesota talk. Minnesota. And there's another coin coming down from Mr. Woodruff Woods. Cheers to WD-30. Unfortunately, I'm dealing with a death in the workplace tonight. If all things, a lightning strike. Holy crap. Well, that is not good to hear. But thank you very much, Woodruff. And yeah, good luck with everything. Hope everything is hope it all works out and you're able to get everything sorted out. But thank you. Cheers. Sorry to hear that. That is pretty jeez. Pretty crazy. I did see a question back here. What is the funniest or most ridiculous thing you've seen wood buyers do? I've had people fill their back seat. Yeah, I've had the exact same thing. I had a lady pull up with, I forget what kind of car it was, and I happened to be out there. She opened up her trunk and it was like half full of stuff already. I think she was going camping or something. And I'm like, I don't think you're going to fit all this wood in here. And she started stuffing it in, putting it in the trunk, and then ran out of room. So then started putting it in the back seat on the floor. I was like, well, I hope you don't have to pick anybody else up because you aren't going to have any room. But other than that, I haven't had too many crazy things. I don't know. It's usually always people not being able to estimate the amount of space like a stack of wood will take up once you loosely toss it into, or even restack it into a trunk. that's probably the biggest thing. Hey, good evening, Arnie. How are you doing? I'm gonna get one more mixed up for we are almost into overtime. Almost and I've got another tomorrow is gonna be, like I mentioned, a bit on the wild side now that I had to change some things around my plans. Bucking firewood. How are you doing? 3 bags, opened them up and started stuffing where she could in a Mini Cooper. Oh. Yep. And I know that I mentioned earlier that I'm going to probably be putting oak out quite a bit, but I'm thinking actually today I had two bins sold, and I was thinking I wonder if I should switch and start putting out the recreational wood now, or if I should just keep putting out more of like because I have like some bigger split oak that I put out in the winter for, like, heating wood stoves and stuff. But I don't know. I'm thinking it's getting close to being that time of the year to make the switch. The recreational wood in and the heating wood out. What was Amanda's birthday present from you? I sent her away for 4 days to an undisclosed location. She actually just got back last night. So, yes. My birthday present was sending her away from me for 4 days. Hey, Minnesota youngster. Have a good weekend. Good seeing you again. I don't know if did we ever find out? Have you ever said how young of a youngster you are? Minnesota youngster? I wonder how young the youngster is. An e-bike. Ooh. That would be interesting. Just give it time, Anthony. Just give it time. Absolutely. It was rough. Like Mike from KNL Firewood always says, the firewood isn't going to split itself, and that dishwasher doesn't load itself either. But I didn't have to load it very often. Little boss man and I, we didn't make too many dishes. Oh, Feel Good Firewood. You're his dad. All right. Oh, he's 13 going on 20. 4 days of pizza rolls, mini corn dogs. What else do we have? Yeah. It was, but it was, there he is. He's 13. All right. Then you are a youngster. But, but it sounds like you are at least 13 going on 20. That's good. No, we didn't go that far. we didn't go that far. Close. But no, it wasn't too bad. And the little boss man was off school for the last 2 days for parent teacher conference. So yeah, he was home. So there was even more chores to do. Picking up, cleaning up. Glowing firewood. How many kids do you have, and do they help you in the woodyard? You just have the one. And as far as in the woodyard, if you count me, I'm 2. But little boss man he's been actually, we've been working on something that you'll be seeing coming up here sometime soon, that he's actually been doing quite a bit of work on. And now he's like he's getting more and more to the point where he comes out and is asking me to do stuff instead of like me asking him if he wants to do something. So that's cool. It's but yeah, we've got something that we've been working on. You guys will you'll be seeing it soon. In fact, we're working on a part of it tomorrow. That's one of the things we got to do. How much pine do I deal with? Surprisingly enough, I am running low on my pine supply. But 2 of the trees that I have to take down behind that little wood stand are pine. So but I have a couple people that specifically ask just for pine. So I need to keep. Right now I'm down to, I have 1 tote full, and I think 2 rows in my shed, my one little woodshed. But I need to get some more. Because like I said, I've got people that they take it to their summer campground camper or wherever they have their little camper put up for the summer. But yeah, I need to get more pine. I need to get more maple. All I have is oak. And I have 12 oak trees that are dead standing on my property right now that need to come down, which will be 12 more oak. Is it worth buying firewood poles for 20 cords per year? I know it will make it probably easier to process them up if they're all nice and straight and the same size. Obi, you did not miss anything. Next week it hits. We'll have the announcements next week, I believe. I'm waiting on one more thing. Yes, pretty much. Pretty much the same. Because it all takes the same amount of work. That's if I put a round, if I buck up a tree into, let's say, 20 rounds, and I run those 20 rounds through the splitter, it doesn't matter what kind of tree it was. It all took the same amount of work. That's at least how I look at it. And there is another coin coming down, the Adirondack Woodsman. Here is $10 in gas money to help you with coming to Woodsman Day. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate that. I'll see again if I can coordinate everything out. In fact, I don't even know what date Boonville is this year. But cheers again. Thank you. I will see. I probably should give that show one more chance because it probably was more of the weather that affected things last year. What is the tree service I get free wood from gives me a wide variety. You should how long have you been working with them? You should see if you can kind of start getting on the pick and choose program. Like that is the one nice thing with Rick. And that's the other thing with, like, if you get in good with the tree service and you like know and you hear that they have other people that they take wood to, like, don't take that as a bad thing. I know people will think they want to be like a tree service only guy, but let them have multiple other people to take the other wood to that you don't want, and then you just take what you want. But yeah, it's it might be easier processing up the buying cordwood, nice, fairly straight, smaller logs, but then you have that cost as well. See, the nice thing with me is that the stuff that I get that's not so nice, then I can burn that. So I don't know if, that's where I think it kind of helps, like having something like that Woodmaster 4400 to, the big ugly wood, I throw in that thing. Well, I see on the chat, we are 909. I didn't see this come down, but Mr. Scheib shot. No, well, I don't know. I'll take a shot of this. Thank you, Scheib. Cheers. We'll maybe finish that out. Oh, and there's another one here. Overtime fun. Bill Irwin, thank you. Cheers. We'll go for a little bit more. Now I might have to refill. A lot of tree service. What is this? Charge me for the wood. Ooh. Whew, I don't know. I guess it would depend on what type of wood they're bringing you. You should tell them if you're going to pay for it. Yeah, Shibe, I know something's going on with the coin gimmick. They like don't fall sometimes. We have cup malfunction. Charles Stewart, have a good weekend. Yeah, there's if yeah, so if you can get nice firewood poles, and especially like it makes it like if you can set up they're the right size for like the 4-way or a 6-way wedge. Because that is the one thing with like the box wedge that's so nice is if it's a big round or a small round, you don't have to mess with it. Oh yeah. Nothing worse than or buying like buying a tree service load, paying for tree service wood and having it be like just a big snarly elm tree, 4 foot on the stump, knotty, crotchy, crooked wood. I don't know about that. But the other thing is, well, I'm wondering why. I mean, if they had good stuff, I could see paying for it, and then maybe that's your way in to like get on their good side, and then there'll come a day where like they're in a crunch and they need to get rid of this wood, and you could be like, well, I don't feel like paying for this load, and then they might just dump it off because they have to get rid of it. You never know. Old guy firewood. Have a good weekend. Where in New Jersey? I don't know where. I'm not sure where Glowing is. I'm not sure. And now, you know what? I don't have enough. I gotta make my final hurrah, the send off beverage. To wrap this up, the first Friday of March. That was not the send off. Just not enough left in the bottle for another one, so have a good weekend, Obi. We'll see you next week. All right. I think that is going to about do it. We might even get, I think I saw, hang on a second. Let me just double check this because, yeah, this whole coming in like a lamb, man, this is, I got to see if they're still holding true. Yeah. Sunday, we have a potential high of 68 degrees. Oh, 61 tomorrow. So, with that nice weekend forecast, I have got a busy day, and now I got plans that changed around. But I'm hoping to potentially get that little woodshed moved. But if I don't, you will see it. I know next weekend I'll probably have somebody here that could help me. So we'll see. We shall see. But wherever you are, hopefully the weather is just as good, and you all have a a nice, productive, safe weekend in the Woodyard. So with that, thank you, moderators. Thank you. Greatly appreciate all the super chats, the coins in the cup, and greatly appreciate you all tuning in, kicking off your weekend here. Friday Night Live, once again, I think what it was this, 225? 225. So with that, I believe it's going to do it. Enjoy the weekend. Stay safe, have fun, be cool. Cheers, everyone. Good night.
Being a real bad boy. I've got a ton of gravel in my shoes, world on my shoulder, a heart full of blues, and in the dirt, down in the dirt. I've been a real bad boy on the town all night. Starting to calm down with the morning light. I'm in the dirt, down